analytics solution working with SAP Business One. And my name is Edita Kozak, and I work at Kpi Systems as Business Intelligence Specialist, working with SAP Business Object Solution, but also with another solution from Gartner's Magic Quadrant for the EPM. And we have another colleague, John, who's our senior business intelligence consultant.
Hello.
And we would like to show you a short demo, which will be also supported by some presentation. So just a short agenda of our today's webinar. We'll start with some key information on the pain points that would suggest that business intelligence is actually the solution that could help you solve some business problems. We will spend some around 10 minutes on that, and after that we'll move to the live demo part, which will hopefully show you the power of SAP Business Objects, its amazing visualization capabilities and strong functionality behind. After that, of course, we will be able to answer your questions. Please feel free to type them in anytime you want, and we'll answer them after the session, or we'll provide you with the answers via email or via just telephone call after the event. So starting with the pain points, what would actually suggest that business intelligence is something you should take a look at? Well, often at different kinds of organizations, we're facing similar problems with reporting, with analytics. So, for example, companies using Q&A reporting tools are not happy with the quality of data or the time that it takes to generate reports. There are multiple versions of different reports, different spreadsheets, and no one can actually know what's the single version of the truth coming from all these sources. Another important area is real-time reporting. In today's world, there is a requirement to have a constant look at your business, and it shouldn't take long to get information. But in real life, sometimes it happens that until the report is produced and generated for you, the information is already outdated because someone has to spend a long time on generating reports, spending time on manual work. Another very important area is around data sources. By data sources, I mean the transactional systems or the financial systems that you would like to analyze information coming from. Of course, you are our customers. You use SAP Business One solution, so that would be obviously the key data source for reporting and analytics. But in real life, SAP Business One is rarely just the only one system within the company. So you could be using different systems like CRM, third-party solutions, maybe some Salesforce or other systems like that, maybe some HR solutions or some survey systems, or even some bespoke solutions that someone has built in-house, and you would like to involve them also into your reporting and analytics environment. This is where business intelligence comes with some help as well. Another very important area is huge data volumes. So sometimes within the company you have very much information and it's hard to analyze it efficiently using solutions like Excel or Q&A. Also, it's not easy to manipulate reports showing information based on huge data volumes because it takes time to re-render reports and recalculate them. But with business intelligence technology, this is not an issue at all. The next thing is the quality of information. So in today's world, it can't be a problem to get high-quality information shown to you in a nicely looking visual form different kinds of visualizations, animations, or even different kinds of tools that the reports can be accessed through. Another area is workflow. So there should be control over the whole management information within the company. But if you use spreadsheets or if you use some low technology solutions, there is no workflow, there is no control, there is no audit trail, and that obviously results in problems, that result in different business issues. No support for web reporting or mobile reporting. Today, when we are on the move, we would like to access real-time information shown to us in a nicely looking visual form, but we would like to use our tablets, our iPads, or different mobile devices to consume this information. And we wouldn't like to go to our IT colleagues and ask them to produce reports for us, because it's all about self-service reporting today. So preparing reports doesn't require any technical skills anymore, and we'll show you some examples today how easy it is to prepare new reports or to modify the reports that someone has already built for you. Need for predictive analytics. So taking a look at your current situation within the company is one area, and it's really important. But on the other hand, we would like to have the power of manipulating your business information, the power of performing some kinds of what-if analysis. And finally, need to take a look at your business from different angles. So using multiple measures, both financial but also some non-financial information, maybe some results of some service or some data coming from social media. Any kinds of information can be included into business intelligence environment, and after it's built, you can consume this information through different channels using different devices. Right, so as we've mentioned, there are different needs, there are different issues, different problems with management information within the company. They can be grouped into a couple of categories, as you can see in this slide. And on the other hand, different end users would have different needs. So one solution that someone could have in mind is giving all these people different tools, but this is not the right approach. What we would like to suggest you today is use one single integrated platform, SAP Business Objects. The important message from today's webinar is that it already has pre-defined, pre-built connections to your financial systems, SAP Business One. So it's all integrated, it's all sitting on top of SAP Business One, and it comes with different flavors, different tools, but they are all a part of one single integrated platform, giving you the power of self-service reporting, the power of web-based analytics, the power of mobile reports as well. Mobile reporting is the current trend, so business intelligence should be available anytime, anywhere, from any device, any place that you would like to get the information. So I think, of course, we could be talking about the theory for long, but I think it's more interesting to get to live examples and to show you the software and how it works, how it looks. So I'm going to switch to my presentation now. And what you can see here, it's a kind of web portal. So this is one of the ways that you could use SAP Business Objects to access reports, to build and consume reports and dashboards. Any user can get their login credentials without any software installed on my laptop. I can utilize the power of business intelligence using just the simple functionality of this web portal. And what we have done at Sapphire is we've actually built a bundle of predefined reports, predefined dashboards that some pre-configured connections to SAP Business One, and we're going to show you this content today, starting with an example of a dashboard which we call Kpi Dashboard. So this dashboard is supposed to show some key performance indicators, giving just a flavor of information from every business area within the organization. In my example, I run a company across the globe in certain locations. We sell some apparel, and in this dashboard, I can see clear information on the condition of my whole business. So starting from the left-hand side, I can see that my total company is doing well in terms of my sales target, because as you can see, I'm in this green part of this chart. But moving further, I can see that for my whole company, my profitability is not good because it's marked in red color here. Probably I would like to get more background on that. I would like to understand what are the reasons for bad profitability for my whole company. I'll investigate that further in a few seconds, but let me explain you this cash flow piece here. So what I can see is that my cash flow for the whole company is looking well, both for accounts receivable over 60 days and 90 days. I'm good. We have cash in our bank accounts. Finally, the sales pipeline looks good as well. As I've mentioned, SAP Business Objects can integrate information coming from any system. So this information actually is taken from my CRM solution, third-party solution working independently from SAP Business One, but I can't see the difference in the dashboard. It all integrates information from multiple sources for me. Yeah, so let me get back to the profitability issue. I don't know where this problem comes from. So what I can do is I can change from my total group level to each location just to check where this problem comes from. What I'm looking at now is my UK location. And I can see that here the situation looks good. So my profit margin is marked in green color. Actually, we are even above sales target, and that's not the location that causes problems for us. So let's keep on looking further, and let's move to the US. And as you can see here, the information shown to me looks a bit different. So we are only on 50% of the sales target. And also, what's even worse, our profitability is marked in red color, and it's now it's obvious that my US location is causing me problems with my profitability for the whole group. So what I can do from here is I can move to another dashboard. I just have it open for me here, and I can analyze my profitability, but in more detail than in the KPI dashboard. This dashboard shows me just all different pieces that result in my net profit, so I can see my gross sales revenue, sales discounts, cost of sales, salaries and benefits, and others. But this part is just showing me the actual situation at the moment, but it also combines some what-if analysis capabilities. So I can not only take a look at my current situation, but I can also think of potential results of some what-if scenarios. Obviously, I was not happy with my profitability, so I would like to do something to make it better. And what I could do, I can test these scenarios using this dashboard. So the first thing I could think of is obviously reducing costs of sales, hopefully by negotiating better prices with my suppliers. And let me check what result that would have on my profitability. So I'm just grabbing this slicer and moving it to the left-hand side. And as you can see, it results in increasing the net profit. So this is the power of what-if analysis. what-if scenarios, forecasting, and I can be using this dashboard to manipulate these drivers here and see the results on my net profitability. So another idea I could think of is cutting on some benefits for my sales guys because I'm not happy with their performance. Let me see what result that would have on my profitability. There you go. We can see that the net profit also increases this way. For people who prefer more numbers than visual form, there is good news. I can switch to a table view, and the whole dashboard still keeps its full functionality, so it will still be able to do some forecasting for you. What I can also do is save this setup as scenario, plan A, B, or something like that, share with my colleagues, and ask them for further investigation. But coming back to my KPI story, obviously I did a kind of analysis on profitability, but in the lower part of this dashboard I can see some sales and inventory information. As I said, I'm selling apparel, so I can see that denim is my best-selling group of my items. But in this part, I can see that my sales forecast actually for denim is higher than my inventory level. So what is probably going to happen is that I will be facing some inventory shortage. The problem that I don't have enough inventory to supply if we keep the sales on forecasted level. I would like to get some more background on that. I would like to get some more understanding. What I can do is I can move to another report and prepare some more detailed analysis. But I can also ask my colleague to do so. Actually, let me just switch to short video to show you that the same dashboard can be used keeping exactly the same functionality on my iPad. I just recorded it on my iPad. And what I can do from an iPad is I can mark a piece of the dashboard and then add some comments and ask my colleagues for further investigation, sharing this view with them and sending this through email. But coming back to the story, we had a problem with inventory. So I asked my colleague in the US to investigate the reasons for this problem.
Hello all. I am Jones Joseph, working as a business intelligence consultant. I am part of this business objects product development team. So we have customized the business objects to work on SAP Business One and also other data sources. So that's the reason we call this solution as a plug-and-play analytics. I'm going to continue the story from editor. So basically, the dashboards provides a holistic view of the business in a single view. She started with the group level and slowly drilled down into the company level and found the problem in the inventory. So a dashboard is meant to show information at the higher level and alert the management to make immediate decisions. We have another software called Web Intelligence, which is integrated with the business object solution. This is primarily for self-service reporting. The end users with no technical knowledge can create the reports on any of your databases. So here you see the environment report, which shows the information at the product level, the sales actual, the forecast, number of units sold. So this has cleverly identified the denim product is having a problem because of the low inventory. So my manager asked me to find out two answers. The first question is, which stores are likely to miss the target because of the low inventory problem? Second question, is the problem affecting all the category of the denim or only some of the categories are impacted? So once we find out the answer, we can act proactively on top of the stock so that we don't miss out the sales. So here you are looking at the information which is highlighted in orange color. The problem is not in all the location, only in the northeast. So that's the reason this row is highlighted in orange. Let me find out what are all the states or what all the stores are affected. In order to do that, we just need to drill into the existing report. Okay, I need to log in again. Okay. So I can see the Northwest have got a multiple states. The problem appears in New York. I'm hover over the mouse. I can see there is a further drill down path. I'm drilling into it. Yeah. So in New York, we have got two stores. The problem happening only in the one store. So the key message here is you have a one report which allows you to drill from a very high level to the detailed information. And we also know denim has got a multiple products. Let's find out is the problem is happening in all the products or only in the one product. Now I am applying a filter so that I can focus only on the denim. Okay, so this is a metadata layer which we built or will be given to a part of the software. This basically hides the complexity of your database. So I'm going to drag and drop the subproduct of the denim. So denim is having a multiple subcategories like casual tops, jackets, pants. But the problem is happening only in the casual top category. So within few clicks, I have found out the answer for my manager's questions. So the problem happens only in the New York 5th Street, and the most likely affected product is denim casual tops. So what I can do is I can export this report as an Excel, or I can directly publish this report to her mobile. So if you want to publish the report to the mobile, you don't need to develop two times. You just build for one device and consume it in a multiple device. So it's pretty simple. We need to select the category mobile and put the file name and save it. So that will be sent to my managers. So here we have just taken a retail as an example, but this sort of analysis can be extended to any business. And it is not limited to only the SAP business one. This can also integrate the data from a Salesforce, any spreadsheets, or any of your external or third-party application. And now I give back to editor.
So my colleague in the US managed to give me more understanding of my inventory problem. But coming back to my KPI dashboard, I'm just thinking maybe we should think of opening another store in the New York, because we have good sales forecast in the New York, and probably I would like to investigate if we have cash to invest and open a new store. I would estimate that I need more or less $500,000. But I'm not really sure from this dashboard if we have this money or if we will have this money in 3 months' time. So again, what I can do is I can move to another dashboard, or I can ask my colleague, my financial director, to prepare a kind of analysis for me. And he will get back to me with the answer.
So now I'm going to explain how this cash flow forecast dashboard works. This is again using your SAP Business One data based on your transactional documents. You might find some of the functionality in existing SAP Business One, but in Sapphire Dashboard we have added some of the comprehensive functionality like what if scenarios. This will enable the users to enter a company-specific variables so that they can predict the cash flow outcomes. Just for example, let me play a finance director role. So my managing director said she is going to open a store in New York, and she estimates this will cost up to £500,000 starting in month of April. So basically, I'm going to use this dashboard to find out whether our company have enough cash or whether that can be managed in any other way. So this dashboard brings the cash flow information from the next 12 months. Okay. From the top green color shows the incoming cash like AR invoices or sales orders, and the blue one more of outgoing payments like utility bills or account payable. So we are interested only in the net, the yellow color. So I can see in the month of April we have got a cash of 320K left, but I need to find out whether we can raise close to $500,000 in order to progress with the new store. So I'm clicking it, and the bottom table refresh with the information based on the documents we got like AR invoices, AP invoices. Let me find out, is there any sales orders are in the pipeline so that we can deliver. Okay, here you can basically pick up the list of documents you want to play with. So the entire dashboard is refreshed with the sales orders, which I selected from the configuration box. Now let me look how much cash we raised if we deliver these sales orders. Yeah. Now this brings up to £520,000. This is good, but I can achieve this only when all of my sales orders are delivered. I need to find out what are all the sales orders are in the pipeline, and also who is handling this. By clicking that, I am drilling into the exact details of the sales orders, with including the account manager and what's the status and what's the likelihood of the delivery date, all the other kinds. So we started with a yearly level and narrowed down to monthly and brought the sales orders, and we exactly went into the details. So this is the real power of the dashboards, which allows you to start from the high level and bring it down to the individual details. So this is one part of the functionality of the dashboard. But in reality, most of the UK business, we expect only 80% of the customer invoices paid on time, for example within 30 days. So the remaining 20% paid after 60 days. So I want to feed this information to this live dashboard and see how this will impact my cash flow. Because without considering this, I can't promise to my MD. On the left-hand side, you see the little sliders and gliders, which allows you to do a what-if scenarios. I'm going to feedback what happens if I receive only 80% of the AR amount. So I'm just moving into that. And I'm changing, we are going to get only after 60 days the remaining payment. So let's see how it is impacted. So you can see it has been reduced from 520,000 to 480K. So basically what we have done is we are giving some kind of real scenarios and observe how this will impact the end results. So this is the one part of the story. So how I am going to make up if I am short of another 25 grand. Either I can delay my payments to my suppliers. So that's the reason we are given a AP invoice amount, and you can decide how much you want to pay this month and how much you want to delay these things. So this is all about the what if scenarios. Then you can go and check whether we are able to get the amount so that we can plan to go ahead with the new opening of the stores. And as Edith has shown, similarly, we can save these as scenarios like plan A or optimistic or pessimistic plan and share it with your colleagues. So this is not just about the document or not a software. This also integrates or brings your workflow into a business. So I'm going to save this as scenarios and share it with my manager so that they can make a decision on the opening of the store. Okay, I'll hand it back to Edita now.
Okay, so as the CEO, I'm quite happy because I know I can afford a new investment, and probably I'm going to open another shop in New York. But what I'm responsible for is analyzing my total company performance. And at the moment, I would like to take a closer look at my sales results, sales performance. I'm going to use another piece of SAP Business Objects, SAP Lumira, which is a self-service reporting solution, and it allows you to generate amazingly looking reports, dashboards, storyboards, using just your mouse and your laptop without any technical knowledge, without any extra skills. So what we can see here is that actually I'm connected to my universe, so I can see the information from SAP Business Objects. And I can use this information without knowing any database structure, any technical details, just dragging and dropping the information that is interesting for me and building new reports. So as I said, I would like to take a closer look at my sales information at the moment. What I can do is I can simply drag sales revenue and drop it to this middle part of the report, or just double click. And within 2 seconds, my sales revenue is now presented for me. But obviously, just this information without any context doesn't tell me much about my business. So let's add some time perspective to this report. And we can see that the report is now showing me my revenues over the last 4 years. It's illustrated in this chart here. I can see that over 3 years in the past, our revenues have been increasing year by year. But then in the last year, we had some drop. So this is something that worries me, and probably I would like to get to more detail and understand the reasons for the situation. Let me add another category to this analysis, because I'm looking at my sales revenues, but let's check how do we look with sales in terms of quantity sold. So what I can do is just double click, and after a few seconds this report is now refreshed, and it shows me not only my sales revenues, but also it shows me my quantity sold. I can rescale it, changing the type of this report. So you can see that we have now two scales, one for revenues, another for sales quantities. But this manipulation only confirms that in the last year, both quantities and revenues have dropped down. So this situation is not good for me. I will be investigating that further. What I can do from here is I can duplicate this view just to save the view for further reference, but also in the duplicated report I can manipulate that further and investigate that further. So we analyzed revenues, we analyzed quantity sold, but we still don't know if we are making good margins. Let me just delete quantity from this report and replace it with my gross margin. But also adding gross margins doesn't change the situation, because in 2012 the situation doesn't look good, and that's probably the year that we should focus on. So we can filter our report just to keep it focused on 2012. As you can see, this filter is now applied to my report, and it shows me just information from 2012. Just to get some more understanding of my performance in 2012, I'm going just to delete year from here because we have it in the filter. And I'm going to replace it with my sales team. So adding manager to this report, I can see how my sales team is performing. So I can see that I have some leaders in the team. For example, Leah Armand is selling a lot. Another person is James Frank, or Alan Gree is also doing well. Obviously, I could sort this report decreasingly by the revenue or by gross margin. I could play around, but I would like to get some more details shown me in the report. So what I'm going to do now is I will switch the type of the report to bubble chart. It's an interesting kind of analysis which allows me to add another measure to my report. So I can analyze my revenues, I can analyze my margins, but I'm also interested in discounts. This is another piece of sales team's work, and it seems obvious that, of course, the more we sell, so the more sales revenue, the bigger margin. And this trend is generally confirmed in this line here, but we have some bubbles here that look a bit different, because the first thing we can notice is that they are bigger than the others. And the message from that is these people are giving bigger discounts. So here I can see that Leah Armand is a good salesperson. She's selling a lot and she's making good margin, but also for her, this bubble is the biggest in size. So it means that she's giving the greatest discounts, and probably I would like to understand why is it so, what are the reasons, because if discounts were not so big, probably we could even make better margins. Similar situations we have with James Frank. So again, this is another person we would probably like to speak to and understand what are the reasons for this situation. Okay, let's leave it for now, and let's focus on ourselves, but in some geographic perspective. As we said, we run our business across the globe, so it's interesting for us to see how are we selling across the globe. I'm just choosing a map chart here, and let me just get back to my revenues. By double-clicking, I'm just adding them to the report and selecting the geographic dimension, and within a couple of seconds I can see a map. So I can see that I'm selling most to the US, and that is just confirming the previous analysis. I can either drill down just to see which states are doing best, and I can see that in Texas I'm selling the most. But let me just drill up, and let me add some extra information to this report, because now I'm just looking at my revenues, but I'm also interested in which lines am I actually selling to this US market and other countries. So by choosing another kind of report, I will be able to add some extra information to this report. Let's say I'm interested in product lines that are sold, and as you can see, they are illustrated in these colors for these bubbles. So for every country, if I decide to drill down or zoom the view, I will be able to see how my sales revenues split between different product lines. This is really interesting for me. Another thing that is interesting is how am I doing over the time. So we can use another slicer by adding some animation, and I can add a year perspective here. And look at that. What is happening? I just have this button here which allows me to animate this report. I'm not a developer. I just use some self-service reporting tool. But within a couple of minutes, I created an animation showing me how my sales revenues divide into different product lines over the last 4 years. Let me play it once again. You can see that the information in the report is being refreshed after we go through the time. And I believe this is impressive. I really like this kind of information. It's easy to understand, easy to modify, easy to play around. And it's also easy to build some more advanced views, because we've just built 3 reports, but we can compose them into a new storyboard or dashboard, give it a name. We can use some blank worksheet, or we can use some predefined templates. I'm just going to use the blank sheet and create a new story. By just dragging and dropping different pieces, I can add them to my storyboard. Another one maybe here. Of course, I could work a bit longer on resizing and relocating these little charts, but I can also add some input controls. So let's say here we have product lines, but we would like to go even lower and analyze the product categories that we are selling. And what happens after I add that to this storyboard? Well, I can, for example, search for pens. I can just tick them, and as you can see, the whole dashboard is now refreshed and it shows me only pens. If I select some other category, all the changes are being applied and the information is refreshed for me in real time. Obviously, there are even more advanced functionalities, so I can save it and share it by publishing to the web portal or just exporting to the file format or other options. But generally, this is the power of self-service reporting. This is the power of self-service analytics. So this is this is the end of our live demo that we've prepared for you. Just a few words of summary. What is the benefit of using SAP Business Objects, and what is the benefit of using it with Sapphire? Well, first of all, we are the greatest partner for SAP Business One, the solution that you use at your company, but also we invested heavily in business intelligence lines of products. So it means that we have great understanding of the underlying systems, and we have expertise around business intelligence, so building analytics on top of Business One and also any other systems that you use at your company. And thanks to the investment that we have already made, there is a predefined connection to SAP Business One. So we already have built data warehouse and the meta layer, which is called Universe. And also we've built some business content, these 3 dashboards that we've shown to you and some extra analysis that are just ready to use. That's why our webinar today is called Plug and Play Analytics, because you can easily take them and plug them into your SAP Business One and use them really quickly. So it means that the benefits you would also feel after a really short time. And because it's all up and running, we need less implementation time to get that implemented for you and for your company. So you just save implementation time and you can feel the benefits much faster. Another very important point to make is that we are fully certified to support SAP Business Objects directly. So all the support calls would come to us, to Sapphire, to the team that you already know and deal with on SAP Business One. So we have dedicated consultants who would help you solving some inquiries on SAP Business Objects as well. And the very strong point is our highly skilled BI team. We have consultants with long experience on SAP Business Objects, but also all the main solutions known in the market. That means that we have really good understanding not only on the product, but also on the business intelligence principles and the business design of business intelligence and so on. And to finish with, this is just a few of our clients on business intelligence solutions, really interesting projects and also really big names in the slide. So we are happy to speak to you as well, and feel free to ask questions, feel free to give us your feedback, and hopefully we can meet at your offices with more detailed presentation, with more detailed demo. Any questions, please feel free to ask now. If there are questions, we'll answer them now or just by email. Okay, so there's one question on the average implementation time. So how long does it take to get it up and running actually? So of course it all depends on the complexity of the project, but the benefit of using SAP Business One means that we are able to deliver some reports and analytics within definitely weeks, not months, generally. I will refer to John to give some more clue on that.
Sure. Some of our customers are using SAP Business One in multiple locations. Their requirement is to integrate all those databases, SAP Business One database. So if the project is purely on SAP Business One, this means we will take 2 weeks maximum, because we have already built all these connections, Universe, data warehouse. But if you have another data sources like Salesforce or any extra spreadsheets, then again it depends on the number of reports you expect. So it will be definitely in weeks, maybe add another 1 or 2 weeks, not more than that.
Okay, I think there are no more questions. So again, thank you all for joining our webinar today. I hope you like what you have seen, and just please feel free to get back to us as for more details, for detailed presentation. We're just here to speak to you and investigate your requirements further. Thank you for your attention.